What did Jack do? Still CFP's timer?
That's Blat Split.
Well, there's nothing too exciting in the first minute or two of gameplay. These guys are just going to go to Ridley as quickly as possible. Damage themselves down a little bit.
I figure most people have seen the any one
intro.
of a dozen of races.
You shouldn't assume everything.
You're right. Well, the alternative is shooting him 100 times, which is obviously very slow, so that's why they do this.
Yeah, they stop at the doors to go through them a little quicker, like to get some velocity going through the door. The door velocity glitch going. Stairs is kind of a pain in the butt, though. There's a lot of random steam patterns. I think they're mostly set, but you can get lucky or unlucky depending on what patterns you get, sort of.
Yeah, Jack got that upper horizontal seam, so that kind of set him back a bit.
I think this is my favorite part of the game, everything. What's your favorite part of the game?
Maybe in 100%, maybe like pink cleanup. Like that segment from like pink to like Botchwoon, I like a lot, I think, even though I don't know how well I play it, but it feels fun to do.
Oh, it is. You zip around a lot in those rooms, so it is pretty cool. So Wild's PB is a 117.45, and Jack's is what, like a high 116? Did he get a 116?
I think it's still 116 3x. I don't like he hasn't 115 yet, but
yeah. Well, that's kind of disappointing. This guy's supposed to be the future of Super Metroid. Who came up with that anyway?
The future of SM?
Yeah. Was that my fault? Or is that Dingus's fault?
Is the future your fault?
Yeah, is the future my fault?
I don't know, actually. I haven't heard it much.
So has Wild had a better early game than Jack, or was that all series?
Series was only 0.7 on the timer.
I was too busy staring at Jack's timer.
Jack's had a few little things, like construction zone, I guess.
Yeah. Climb's going well, though, for both of them.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of times people will reset the game. Climb. Every time you fall down, it's like maybe almost a second that you lose. So
yeah, and depending on like where in your strat you have a pirate flying at you.
Yeah. Jack wanted us to make a joke about leaving bomb trees, though.
About Skip or what?
Yeah, Skip.
Well, neither of them got grabbed the missiles favorably, but Jack handled his a little bit better. Wild was apparently not in the right position to have him back up and got stepped on, so. But still, Wild's about 7 seconds ahead, roughly.
Does Wild do any grapple boosts? Extra?
Well, I think Wild does late grapple, so no. Sorry, I feel like I made you feel stupid.
Well, what's the route difference you were talking about then?
Because Jack does early grapple, it's gonna look like he's about 3 minutes behind.
Oh, Jack does early grapple.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he did like grapple. Well, does Jack do any grapple moves?
I'm not sure, probably.
Because I missed those.
Well, you could always try early Crockemeyer at some point. Then you'll get him back.
Do the task route.
Yeah. So we'll see if Wild gets this. Okay, he does. That would have been the main way for Jack to have made up time this early on. It's because missing this is about 5 seconds lost. And he unfortunately misses it.
Not looking good for the youngster. Yeah, there's nothing really until Creed that's gonna really separate these two guys. Probably.
Yo,
They should
Jack
play
with the Rio
consistently
farm.
enough.
Jack farming the first Rio. Like doing this, right? Especially with early PB, just in case you randomly get a super. But obviously he's not doing that. Well, Jack's health is in a better position to do certain things in Kraid's lair, possibly.
Does he do things in Crazy Lair?
I don't think anybody really does the
People
silly Kraid fight stuff that we try to do.
People should try to do those things.
They should. I've been trying to get people to do that for almost a year.
Yeah, we're talking about damaging yourself purposefully as Craig comes out of the ground. It saves time. But it does take some help. But it's so early and 100%, like, why would you not go for it? I don't like an attempts.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see why you wouldn't.
I was doing it at low percent every run, just because it's not really that much more difficult to do. While getting the jump over on Blockbuster, see if Jack does. It's got the jump, nice. Nice little thing by Jack to aim down there before landing to fix the door a little bit. Ooh, that second missile's a little low.
Shit.
He's only at 2 supers too, so
Is he playing bad on purpose?
I don't
Or is
know.
it just... Well, this is going to create a new divide between these players.
Well, he lives, thankfully.
But this is far from over still.
Yes. Still plenty of time for Jack to redeem himself in Zo's size.
Yeah. It's going to take a lot, though.
I guess he didn't notice his health, but he farmed up to past 50, so... Okay, yeah.
Avoid the health bomb there.
Yeah, you gotta get
You
past
really
50.
want those. You really want those super missiles you get from Mini Crate, little Boston Hallway. You really want those supers coming out of here because you're going to be opening up a lot of doors in Norfair, in Upper Norfair.
I mean, obviously you need at least one to even escape, but yeah.
Yeah, you need to get out of Craig's lair. You need super.
Jack going for the bomb strat, might get caught by the tile. Maybe not, though. Okay, but it doesn't really matter.
Slick. Yeah, a lot of people talk about this category. It's not as exciting because you can't die. But you can die in a couple of places. Plus, there's a lot of places where you can lose a lot of time. So the race can change drastically at many points in the run.
Yeah, it might not have been apparent during like the GDQ race. I mean, some people may have watched like the 2015 one to like understand, but
yeah,
you're not really safe until you get out of wreck shipping tank room, and even then, it's sort of like your health determines what you should and shouldn't go for, you know, until you get to Gauntlet at least. Like you probably shouldn't die unless you go for the second Gauntlet spark. Exos does sometimes, but
like an idiot.
I mean, but yeah, it's pretty much once Jack in particular makes a direct shipping tank, he's mostly safe from anything.
Yeah.
But oh, I meant Wild actually, because Jack's gonna have the extra E-tank from Crocomile.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, so Wild in particular, once he gets the
has a lot more danger of dying.
Yeah.
Like Wild's energy conservation is like way more critical than Jack's is, or like considerably more critical.
Yeah. Jack has one super for this door. Doesn't miss, nice.
So Wild here hits the floor running first with speed boost here.
Also has a better super count, so
Still choosing to farm quite a bit there.
he farmed 3 rounds, only got 1 super, but he kind of sort of needed the health too. Well, I guess
Showing
Yeah.
showing some confidence in his lead.
I keep thinking Wild's the one doing early grapple, but he's not. But yeah, Wild kind of wanted the health too, so it makes sense that he would farm a bit more than usual.
Yeah.
But Jack not having any supers, he probably will want to as well, unless he gets really lucky. He's got one. He's only got 2 after 3 rounds.
Yeah, both of them did not have very good luck with supers.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody go for bomb spread. Need more bomb spreads.
Yeah. No luck in Business Center either for Wild super-wise.
Trying to figure out if he's going to do an extra farm or not.
And he could farm these. Oh, he got a super there.
Oh yeah, I think that's pretty good.
And here's the route deviation, so...
Jack's going to be going down. Maybe in more ways than one.
Try not to read into that too much.
No.
But Wild having trouble with this smock. He's gonna have to like one plat it, which isn't really too hard, but he should be okay with this. But yeah, so Jack's gonna look like he's at least 3 minutes behind.
Yeah, if you watch this Crocomire fight, you'll see he has to shoot him a lot of times. Sometimes Crocomire will stop and swoop around.
He's
generally
just 3
slow,
so far.
Yeah, it slows the fight down a lot. This is probably the biggest time save in the route change, like the different routes here. I'd say maybe the biggest time save Croc alone. I'm not sure about that.
I would think so, because you're completely eliminating all the stops in the RNG.
Yeah.
And then you have Spike Suit on top of that, potentially.
Right.
But after that, it's probably being able to use SJ instead of grapple in some spots, I would say.
Yeah, having all the items in this section of the game. Instead of just like the ones you get in Upper North here. Basically. Good little spark there. It's good to see they're out though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch enough runs myself.
Variation is just sort of player choice. I mean, Jack just does what he wants, but it's apparently paying off for him to not do late grapple, I guess. But pretty much, like, the variation is when you go late grapple, you have to do a pixel perfect ice clip to get the spring ball. So even though the route can save up to 20 seconds, you still have to do that. And you have a slightly harder wreck ship because you're down a knee tank and a power bomb pack and grapple, so some players just don't want to have to deal with that.
It's definitely a much tighter route in the wreck ship. It's not that bad though. I mean, with the strategies that we have now, it's not that bad.
No, I mean, as long as they're consistent with ice clip.
Yeah, ice clip used to be the big hold up.
Like, the route's so much faster that you can afford, like, some sort of energy issue in wreck ship as long as you still ice split first try, like you're still outspeeding early grapples, so. I think Wild nailed Ocean Fly while I was busy talking.
Yeah, one step closer to Phantoon now.
I think Jack might have messed up his item swapping a little there.
One of my favorite comments from GDQ was somebody was talking about Phantoon, like the RNG and how much of a pain in the butt it can be, and DBX just said, "We don't like Phantoon."
So, yeah, that was another thing. Jack falling there, like that wouldn't happen at all if you did late grapple, but because of space jump, just a minor thing.
So this was one problem Wild had with the GDQ race. He had almost had a really good Phantoon, but just barely missed time on his second X Factor.
Mm-hmm.
See how he does this time.
Looks good. Yep.
Yeah,
good first round.
He corrected that really well in the first round. The position. You kind of have to lead Phantoon with your X Factor targeting. That's kind of
I got flame lamps.
Yeah.
Medium reopen though. We'll see. Okay, he's just gonna.
Okay, nice finish. Yeah.
Good handling.
Yeah, I believe you shot too early there. I think that's the problem. You kind of want to let the flames expand before you shoot, so you don't accidentally shoot the flames.
Yeah, I've never tried X Factors myself really, but...
Oh, you haven't?
Not on Phantoon though, but...
Yeah.
I think maybe it's possible, like, if Phantoon disappears as quickly as possible, that, like, you have to fire that early, I don't know, but...
It may be, yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, it's kind of rare, but sometimes Phantoon does close extremely quickly.
Like, apparently he can close either 16, 32, or 64 frames after opening up, so, like, even his closing speed has, like, a fast, medium, or slow. So that's why... I mean, I don't know if you knew that or not, so that's why sometimes it feels like...
I didn't know the numbers, but I knew that there's variance too.
But I think both players X Factor... Well, yeah, Jack would have to, obviously, because he doesn't have ice. Or, well, I mean...
I guess he wouldn't have to.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking... it's obviously more common with late grapple route. Wild decided not to. I just wanted to bring up that they're not going to be able to do robot flusher and bowling unless they decide to pause there for some reason, but it's not worth it.
Yeah. Oh,
Jack got oh my god. Well, he has grapple, so...
Just beefed it. Yeah.
Oh
no! Okay.
Well, the run's not over. He can redeem himself.
Jack is nearly in pieces, though.
Just like I mentioned, he had grapple, and
I know he didn't use grapple.
I don't know if he's used to that happening, though. I just figured.
Why didn't he listen?
Like,
why didn't he listen to us? Why didn't he listen to you? More people need to listen to you.
Thank you. But Wild survived getting the Rex B tank, so like I said,
looking good.
Even if his health gets low, there's like options. There's like really not any realistic reason why Wild should lose the run at this point. Health /
The only thing I think of would be, I mean, maybe Mother Brain if he loses focus, but that's the only thing I could think of. Or like a soft log.
Yeah, that's basically all.
You can soft lock the game in radio. I haven't seen anybody do it in a long time, but it seemed like it used to be more common. I don't know. I guess people were just bad.
That's always a possibility.
That would include me too, though. Jack getting a slow first round. Nails his first X Factor.
Yeah, Wild got slow mid and a mid reopen. And
Okay.
Jack's getting slow.
Yeah, the chances for slow patterns is more. It's more likely that you're going to get a slow pattern.
Yeah, nice adjustment. Is that the standard to when you get that slow pattern to fire 2 charges? Do you have to, or is it just like? Is it really hard not to like?
I think it's hard not to. I think it's hard to get the X Factor off in time, but.
Okay.
I know I always used to shoot twice, but it was a long time ago, so I can't remember if there was a better strat. Well, because I changed over. I changed over to a different second round anyway, though.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Maybe like.
It didn't matter at that point.
Wild's health is in really good shape, though.
Yeah, almost full going to bowling. There's basically no way Wild's gonna lose any time due to having any health issues. That's the problem with like having a bad wreck ship. Not only do you lose time because you have a bad room, but you take more damage, and then it costs you time later. Because you have to be more conservative with your health.
Mm-hmm. So Jack having grapple here and an extra tank, there's even less fear of anything going wrong. That was me knocking on wood. Nice room. He adjusted the transition in that room by taking a hit from the spark. It's a little tiny thing.
Yeah, Jack before the E-tank room.
Yeah. And Wild has just enough that 1 PB to get him to ship PBs.
Seems to always have problems, or like I think this is a potential problem. I don't know how much he farms, but I know I run out of PBs sometimes, and I usually have more than 1 here.
I think it depends, like what you do, or like maybe like it's like it can matter once you get to LN. Like there's been a run before where you didn't have a PB to do that amphitheater strat, but obviously that's really minor. But yeah, it can matter like long term depending on like what drops he picks up. Like it won't matter now because he'll have 5, and then he'll pick up even more from Brinstar. So
yeah.
I hope that's not too far left. Okay, good. Jack with some good upper wreck ship movement.
I'm watching Wild. Jack's just disappointing me when I watch him. See, you told me to watch him.
Comment. I didn't say anything. I actually sparked that missile.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's like...
Especially if you do this route. Like, it's not that bad.
While taking the safe, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either.
Good quick drops.
Jack did save a little time on Wild for Fantoon, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
I feel like Zeus might be rolling out pretty soon. This keeps happening.
Jack's still kind of in pieces here, though. He's missing a lot of problematic tricks.
He apparently in chat asked CFB to get the shuttle, so. But still, even though Jack looks super far behind, and he probably is a little behind from how he's playing, no disrespect, I'm just saying, but it'll look quite a bit different once they actually get to...
Yeah, if anybody's joining, they're in very different parts of the game because they did a very different route, so...
Once they get out of Norfair the second time to like go do Retro, the routes will sort of converge, and we'll obviously have a picture of who's ahead.
What did you say it was, 4 minutes, or did you say a good figure?
It seemed like about 3 when I looked at it yesterday, just to like make sure I knew what I was talking about.
Dun 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 dun. What is Jack doing?
He's showing these ceilings who's boss, I guess.
Oh my god.
While getting the speed keep. So Pink Cleanum seems to be going pretty well for him so far.
So Wild's picking up the Spore Spawn super missiles. This is a sort of a skip, a sequence break. You're supposed to fight a boss up above this area, but in pretty much every run it's skipped because you can break in the back way and collect the item that you need.
Yeah, that skip, it pretty much has to do with like how the super missiles accelerate and like sort of like how it advances every frame. It's able to like skip into the block that's off screen if you're positioned properly.
Yeah, the game does not want you to shoot the block. It allows you to access that area that way from that side.
Right. Well, hopefully that redeems Jack a little bit.
What, that speed roll?
Yeah.
No. Maybe a little bit, but that's... He's got a long way to go. Jack picking up some extra power bombs and frogs.
Yeah, I guess maybe he's concerned. Like maybe he thinks 4 is too low for later on. I mean, it is.
It really doesn't cost. It really doesn't cost hardly any time there if you're concerned at all.
Yeah.
You get 4 power bomb drops for probably like half a second.
Wild getting blockbuster. Nice. Chat's about as ruthless as you.
I'm just ruthless to Jack, nobody else. Jack's special. Special case.
Nice job, Wild, getting that short charge first try. It's basically like the hardest, quote-unquote, required one.
Right. Yeah, pretty difficult short charge there. Especially for a beginner.
Like, I'm pretty sure you can get it with, like, a 2-stutter 2-tap with, like, really accurate taps, but otherwise it's, like, minimum 3-tap.
3-tap seems like it'd be hard as crap to get it there.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, extremely light taps.
Yeah. Oh, I understand.
I figure most people probably like stutter 3 that.
Yeah, I don't know. But even just trying to, like, explain a stutter to somebody is really difficult.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try. Yeah, Jack, not finding the right position for this to have the super accelerate properly. Or, well, accelerate into the block properly.
Jack looking a little bit like he was outside of my room one of the last days at GDQ. Having a little trouble getting in the room there.
Why do you have trouble?
Because I wasn't letting them in.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'll let him in eventually.
I was busy hanging with GoldenEye people in the arcade, watching Swiss trying to talk to the chick behind the desk and stuff like that.
Go on.
Well,
I think you told me about this. But...
It's like 2 a.m. and we're just sort of all hanging out, and we look over, and he's suddenly like behind the desk with the chick there, just like talking to her. I guess trying to ask her out.
Behind the desk?
Yeah. Apparently the first thing she said to him was, I don't think you're supposed to be here, and just kept talking anyway.
He wasn't wearing the crown, though, was he?
No, apparently it broke. And
Oh,
explain why.
It broke. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately. Well, both of them getting Blockbuster.
Yeah, Jack getting Blockbuster as well. Oh, nice.
He handled
nice
it well.
recovery, yeah.
No, I do that too, where it's like, you can get like 2 or 3 in, where you get 2 or 3 in and then you intentionally take damage off of him so you can get like 3 to 4 more in while you're invulnerable. Yeah, I prefer that too.
You
Jack also
can get 4 in without taking damage, but that does seem like a cool strat. Wild, they're both having problems with their.
Yeah, I guess Wild uses R there.
Errant
Sparked. Yeah, Jack tried to go for a Spark there too, because it's only like 20 frames slower at most to like Spark into Fish Tank, but he missed. He just pressed down a little too early as well. But he got Main Street first try, I think, so. And he gets to do this neat little grapple strat to get the tank.
So we can say something good about him.
Well, I can. Or I can try. It looked like a perfect opener. I'm just judging from core color.
Yeah, the belly color. You can tell by watching Dragon's belly whether the first round was really good or not. It's Dragon. Was it? Was Dragon's health 6,000 this time?
Yeah, he got the bad window for Spike Suit though, unfortunately.
So if you get Dragon below half health, then you'll see like a dark or deeper red color to her belly.
Yeah, and then if you handle it appropriately, you can basically just drop her in 2 or more supers. Like, if she gives you Mucus second row, then you actually have time to do like up to 7 supers, but usually you won't need that many. Like, usually you only need like 3 or 4, depending on how good your opener was. But you have time to do like a ton if you want to. It's like insurance.
Yeah, well done, kind of getting the waffle jump there. I just like that one. So if you space jump like the rooms to the right side of Dragon's Link chamber, and you go up and to the left, and then you get like a space jump coming out of the door, take it all the way across the room. It's a waffle jump. You don't see it all that much anymore though. I like that strat.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
so
that's
Wild risking a soft block there. If you trying to keep Speed Booster active, sort of. I don't know what do you call that? It's not speed keep.
I mean, it technically is speed keep.
Okay, so speed keep.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping your Speed Booster active and following through the speed blocks that you're intended to shine spark from below.
I guess.
But if you fall through the first one and like lose your blue, if you lose blue and you don't jump out of there immediately, like you get stuck in a cage of Speed Booster blocks you cannot get out of.
Yeah, they reform, so Wild didn't have to be super fast, but obviously if he didn't realize within like a second, then he was trapped.
So here's one of the final like big like changes that can happen. He does like a consistent strategy, doesn't
he? Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do that clip, but that's that position, the eel, they're called Poyos in the game. It has to be in that position basically for you to be able to clip. So in that pixel position, you have to freeze it, and then you can clip through appropriately. And there's a lot of different setups with varying degrees of speed and consistency for doing that. Yeah, I was just gonna mention that, like, technically, keeping blue like that is, you could call it temporary blue suit, is like what I call it on the wiki. But
okay.
I think they're both technically like keeping speed. You know, it's just like one sort of keeps blue.
Right. Like, what point in your Speed Booster, or the whole process of Speed Booster does it keep, I guess?
Yeah, like the boost counter going up to 4, or whatever.
Yeah, the clip we're talking about, it definitely a sequence break. You're supposed to have grapple before you get spring ball, like Wild just did. So
yeah, that room Wild just passed had a destructible grapple block that Jack will break to get to spring ball, but obviously Wild doesn't have grapple.
We'll try to point out when that happens. So you're seeing the two like most common routes for good reason. They're good routes. The one Jack's doing is a little easier. Yeah, skipping having to have grapple just allows you to do Crocomire late in the game, where you have all the items, pretty much all the items in the game.
Yeah, just X-ray and a few miscellaneous things. Which the only thing X-ray is useful for is getting out of a soft lock, if that happens. Well, not a soft lock, but getting out of a stand-up stun if you accidentally get stunned.
Well, I'm rooting for Jack. I'm assuming he's a little behind here, because it seems like Wild's playing just a little bit better than him. I haven't really checked the times.
And it still feels pretty close, actually, but I don't know how to gauge where they are right now.
I hope it is close. One ending so exciting that I get numb and faint.
Well, you got a race after this, though, so what the heck?
I'll come back. I'll come back too.
Oh, and in case anybody's wondering, there's no known way to skip the Shack Tool digging sequence inbounds. Like, the most we can do is have a snail eat the last 2 blocks of sand for us by manipulating where he moves.
Oh, yeah. You have to. You really have to like do your speed, your charging of speed before they're the right way, or you're not going to have enough speed to get up there.
Yeah, luckily didn't get trapped, but obviously missed it.
Did you get trapped? Oh,
I
don't think you can.
I don't think so. Maybe. I know Behemoth was having an issue where like he was trying to do the Yo-Dog boost, but if he, for some reason, he would always short charge after that boost with barely enough to like down grab after the speed keep up there. So it was kind of like bothering him to have to do that.
Because of Yo-Dog? Because he boosted too far the last one?
Yeah, I guess for some reason he doesn't want to do it anymore because the short charge he does after it barely gives him enough height to like down grab, if that makes sense. But I don't know if you can get trapped. That's just like a tangent, I guess. So if you are all the way left here, you can do this double D boost that Wild nailed, thankfully.
Yeah, that was
I was commentating.
A nice little version. Well, I don't like it over Fiend. I think everybody should do Yo-Dog.
So Wild's coming back to Creed's lair for a pack of missiles he couldn't get earlier. You can get them if you do the fancy route Zos.
Do what?
What?
I said do what?
If you decide to get them early.
Uh-oh. Wait. Oh,
Wait, what?
close. Oh, he's going for the speedball out of there.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. I wonder if anybody else is going to go for early power bombs. I like it. It's a good route.
I do too, just because it's like carries over some low percent stuff, I guess. And low percent's my jam, so.
It's kind of crazy how like long it takes for the route deviations in this category to resolve. It takes a long time.
Yeah,
like
pretty
the
much.
Majority of the run, really. Maybe half of it.
Jack faring a bit better with that speed keep.
Yeah. This takes 3 seconds. Maybe a little bit more. If you fail it and then have to back up short charge.
How big is the gap? Well, the route deviation makes it about 3 minutes inherently, but based on how Wild's playing, it's probably a little bit more than that. So we'll see when they leave Norfair for the last time where they actually are, but until then, there's always going to be like this large gap between them.
Yeah, Wild entered Lower Norfair at 51:48. Wrote it down. Kind of curious to see what Jack's time will be.
Good idea, Zost.
I'm taking notes, man. I'm serious about this.
GT's basically the easiest boss, mini boss in 100% just because when you get him locked in one corner, he can't do anything. And it's just 8 charge shots.
Yeah, a lot of the challenge of Lower Norfair is just trying not to get hung up on these small things, especially like the phase of it.
Wild sparking a bit too early.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hit the bottom.
He didn't jump for some reason.
It's probably just like an input error, I'm guessing. Like you tried to jump, but accidentally sparked instead of jumping.
Yeah.
It happens. That is an unfortunate error though, because you lose. It's a hit.
Yeah, he probably didn't realize he was stationary when he pressed jump, because when you're moving and you press jump, you jump, but when you're stationary, you spark.
If you're stationary and you press jump and then right, you will shine spark. If you press right and then jump, you'll spin jump. So he probably mixed those inputs accidentally in the rush.
So what'd you say Wild entered Ellen at?
51:48.
Okay, so if that's accurate, then Jack's like maybe like 45-ish behind.
Well, hopefully he will step up his game so Wild doesn't run away with this.
It's actually more like a minute. It might be because of the ice grab, but I'm not sure. Like, might be confusing myself.
What do you mean, the ice grab?
Jack having to grab ice. I don't know. Ridley's pretty much the same as in Creed first, any percent. People can choose to use supers or not, depending on like their count and like what Ridley does. And Wild's trying to like, unfortunately, unsuccessfully break him out of Pogo.
Yeah, if you don't end the fight correctly, or like, even if you jump into Ridley's hands, it will not end the fight in all situations. Like, it's not an immediate thing that happens no matter what.
Yeah, like if he's dead.
There are certain situations where it won't end the fight. If Ridley's still stuck in a certain pattern. Or a certain part of that pattern.
That strat from Jack basically let him get a charge shot in early. I think you know about that too, Zos.
Yeah, I've yet to learn it because I'm lazy. But I'm going to.
Okay.
It's a good strat.
Jack hit the door. Might get the short charge to get it back up. Oh no, he just spin jumping through.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea to spin jump through if you miss your first charge.
That's it's a safe response, you know.
Yeah. Did he freeze the fire for you? I'm assuming it did. Yeah. Nice.
Killing these key hunters to reduce lag here on this power bomb.
Well, Wild's showing us a little Ruby special action. Oh, just barely off there.
Got a block at least. That's the important part.
It is the important part.
We'll see how Jack decides to do Ridley. They both had similar super counts at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of a low count to be using supers a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems to me, at least.
I mean, if Jack wanted to really catch up, it would save him maybe like 3 seconds here, depending on pattern, to like throw 6 at him. I think.
Who are we kidding? Jack's not going to catch up. You're lying to everybody.
I didn't say anything. I guess I'm not gonna say whether or not I agree.
Uncle Dingus leaves this kid a couple of weeks and he goes crazy. Can't play anymore. It's a nice room from Wild there. And, the Bubble Mountain missiles.
So yeah, since Wild obviously doesn't have a grapple, he has to go pick it up, whereas Jack won't.
Yeah. Once Wild gets out of Crocodile's lair, it's pretty sure that's it, right? They'll be pound for pound, or whatever you see is what is actually happening.
And that right there is the main reason. I would assume the main reason why what attributes to the time save for late grapple. Just one-shotting Crocodile.
Yeah, one-shotting Crocodile. Wild again with the early.
Yeah.
Isn't he the one that had the problem with the early?
Yeah, he got the window first try
Right.
after Dragon Blue Suit, but it was the bad window.
Right.
Zach got the special.
I don't know, what should we call the Hodoroki special if you don't get the whole thing? What's one step down from special?
For some reason I'm thinking like half pounder or something.
The half-pound Hodoroki special?
Yeah, I don't know.
Works for me.
I don't want to be the authority on naming things.
You don't want to be in the naming convention? Like,
especially a bunch of things. Especially things I don't go for in runs.
We have a committee for this. Super Metroid Naming Conventions Committee. But I can't tell you how it works.
That's fine.
Jack also with a nice strat coming out of Bubble until he beefed it.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to get you to do. Where you spring into the waiver.
I'm doing that strat.
Oh, you are? You were like
I'm doing it from far to the right because I'm an idiot. I think.
Okay. In October you were said something like, well, in September you said something like, I think mine's more reliable or something like that. I don't know. Or you said like you didn't think it was faster.
Probably wrong.
Okay, well, they're in the same room.
I think when I first heard about that strat, I was like confusing it with a different strat. That's why I said that.
Okay, well, if this is accurate, Jack's like 3 ahead.
3 seconds ahead?
Yeah, look on your screen. He's not disappointing you as badly as you thought.
I'm getting that faint feeling.
Everybody's amazed at how well he's playing now.
You shouldn't be. No, they're both playing well.
Well, this is what we were hoping for. We were hoping it would be this.
Yeah, we were hoping it'd be a good race like this.
I guess some minor things to know at this point is Jack has the super missile advantage. That could matter. I mean, you basically lose like... depending on lag, you lose maybe like half a second for every super down you are. Just because that means 3 missiles instead, and you're probably lagging more. I guess, unless you sit in the tank, I guess.
Well, you can sit in the tank, like, after... Like, you get popped out of the tank if you use too many missiles, so...
Well, if you keep running in another brain, you won't get, like, the bad knockback. You'll get, like, the tiny one, but it does interrupt, like, what you're doing.
Yeah, it's still very difficult not to hit shoot ranks, even if you, like, can avoid not getting knocked all the way off the platform. Okay, Jack not going for Slinky. Let's see if we can find this. Yep. Oh, that looked like a good opening.
Yeah. First jump seems to be the hardest. I mean, I don't go for it, but seems like if you can get your bearings with the first jump, then
the first and second one, yeah, are definitely the hardest. Sure. Comes down to fundamentals now, folks. Yeah, except for like Metroid skip, there's nothing huge that can happen here.
It's sort of like the super count and maybe Mother Brain 2, Red Beam, obviously. I know I harp on that with you guys.
Yeah.
There's like the 2 moderate things that can matter, but obviously the biggest thing is, yeah, Metroid skip, because that's 30 plus seconds.
Jack's going for the wraparound shot. There's a little reach around the room.
Did you say reach around the room?
Yeah.
Okay. It's an interesting thing that the game pauses the Giant Spark timer when you go up the elevator.
Yeah, or like this ship.
Any station. Yeah.
Or a map station.
Yeah, stations and elevators.
Pretty cool. I want to say you use the ship one at some point. You can RBO or something.
I think you might have in Hundo and like old runs.
Maybe.
I mean, obviously ship refills super slow, but
I'm sure somebody did in old Hundo. It used to be like way bigger on supers, like having a ton of supers for Ridley, or just using them all. When I first started, that's what most people did. I think even at the point of getting ship refills, because you were doing like the Crystal Flash Metroid skip or something.
Well, that might be true. I wasn't really around back then, but that probably was a thing.
I'm telling you, it was a thing.
Well, it technically is a thing if you miss it. Like,
Yeah.
it should be faster to CF if you miss it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
Get the ammo.
No doubt. The only problem with it is, like, it seems like you have to play a little too safe to have the supers to be able to do it. If you're really pushing it.
Yeah, that's where you lose most of the time from doing it, but I still think it should be faster. Just
Oh, no doubt.
you're not wrong though. Just saying.
Let's just agree we're both right.
Okay, it's fair. I mean, we're commentating. How could we be wrong?
That's a good point. So now we're just waiting for the end here. Last level of the game, if you will. Cheering. Really, the Metroid rooms can, at this, like, with how close they are, the Metroid rooms can really throw somebody off.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Neither of these guys can get really comfortable with this sort of gap between them.
I'm just saying Wild's at a disadvantage just because of the super count going in.
He is, it's true.
On paper, but.
And behind a little bit.
But he can make up time because Jack took the pause here and Wild's choosing not to.
Okay.
So that's kind of a little time investment from Jack to be safe later in the run.
Oh,
okay, Jack going for a group. That actually looked good almost until he decided to bounce upwards. He got 6 supers. That's kind of nice. But yeah, that was a significant amount of time lost there just from the first room. But not in the second room.
Third room's good.
Not in the third room either. That's quite nice. And Wild's at 2 supers, 3 supers, 5 supers.
5. Yeah, nice drop off the third room. Still, it's slowing him down a lot here in the third room.
He'll probably take 4th room safe unless, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 supers is alright.
It's a pretty good drop. Those Metroids. I think your average drop would be like 1 per Metroid, roughly.
It's,
so getting
it's
5
basically
off
50%.
Nice.
It's basically 50% chance to just get 1. But obviously you could get multiple, so...
Right.
Jack's looks good. Yep. Good skip from Jack.
Yeah. Did he take space jump or screw attack off? Oh,
yeah, he took variant screw off. Yeah, unless Jack's soft flux, that's should be it, unfortunately.
So we were talking about crystal flashing earlier, but Wild cannot do that. 8 supers. So it'll be faster for him to skip going in this room. And crystal flash is another Rain's cutscene starting. Go ahead and super short. I'm having a issue with the speed. Zeb skip. There you go.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's tough to actually get the shine spark. Once you get that, it's easy.
Yeah, since he had screw on, you can't do the traditional Zeb skip because spin jumping resets your invulnerability when you have screw on, so you just can't clip through. So you either have to
down back or speed booster.
Yeah.
They're both a pain in the butt in their own way. So what's let's see what the bracket looks like after this.
So yeah,
sort of like an upset victory here.
Actually mentioned this earlier, but Jack had to use X-ray there because he was on the ground. I think the bracket's you versus Ivan and Behemoth versus Jack, assuming...
I haven't won my race yet.
Oh, you're right. You could feint from Jack's victory, I forgot.
Well, they didn't make it close enough. I couldn't feint.
Oh.
I didn't get numb and feint. That's a pretty good race, really. It's really rare to have a real close race. Honestly.
Yeah,
that's why it's nice. That's why it's nice to do like at least a 4-person race. If you can like have the kind of same caliber of people, you have just a better chance of having 2 people kind of have a tight finish or something.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to commentate this, because I figured this would have the best chance out of any race, besides maybe the finals, depending on who gets there, to be like close. And it was till about 4 minutes ago.
The finals, Scrooger versus Behemoth.
The upsets.
The upsets, man. Scrooger's gonna take the whole damn thing. Could happen.
It could. It's not an impossibility.
I don't think Jack's gonna pull out 117 here.
Nah.
Short.
It seemed like it's like an 05 maybe.
Yeah. A screen ball there to avoid getting stopped by the steam. Yeah, it's about a 118.05. 04.05. Ball with a very nice blue bomber.
Yeah, at least you can go out in style. You know?
Left side spark. Yeah, you'll see Tastas do spark up the left side of the room there. If you can do it immediately with no hesitation, it's fast.
Yeah, it's like 0.4 faster or something. If you could just do it like the moment you charge on the ground, no hesitation, like so it said. But it's very hard to like get that positioning.
So Wild with a 119.08 or so.
Yeah.
Both runners comfortably cutting the 120. It's a thing that not a whole lot of people have done.
Cutting the SGDQ 2013 is a pretty good benchmark, I think. You're 119.55.
God, that run's so old. Still proud of that run, though.
Yeah, for the time, it was an amazing run, to me at least, and to like most other people too.
Well, I don't know what. I mean, I have nothing to say now. I was planning on shit talking Jack the whole credits, but I'm kind of. I've got nothing now. I guess.
You seem disappointed.
I'm very disappointed.
This was the outcome.
Yeah, I am. I'll just have to commentate on whatever his next match is, I suppose.
Yeah, you should commentate this match we got coming up after this.
Oh, so he's facing Behemoth next.
Mm-hmm. You might say the past versus the future.
I don't believe in the future. Honestly, that could be a good race if Jack really brings his A game.
And Behemoth brings his C- game.
C- game, maybe D+.
Yeah.
Something like that. It could be a good race.
Okay, well, you know what you have to do, Behemoth. Just do that. And Jack in the chat saying F Zosty.
Well, that's not very nice. I've never said anything to deserve that, so I don't appreciate it, Jack. I was going to say congratulations, but I'm not anymore.
Well, I'll say congratulations. And thank you guys for participating. It's a great match. So apparently the next match is going to be on Speedruns Live instead, and it'll be Zosty versus Skruger.
Yeah,
how are you feeling about your chances here, Zos?
I feel pretty good about it.
Okay.
I could die though.
It's true.
I think next on Speed Gaming is like DKC 2 tournament, like finals or something like that. It's DKC. Finals. It's some sort of finals for DKC. I'm not sure. I thought. I'll just shut up and let you like finish the stream. How about that?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I was done talking.
Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the race then.
You're right. That is what is up next. In about 35 minutes, we're going to do the Donkey Kong Country Finals. We actually got 4 matches of Donkey Kong Country. 2.
4 matches, those.
4 matches.